Hello my friends and welcome to my channel. This is Kate in the nest, but I have to declare it's actually not a nest at the moment. It's like a bomb site. I have been having one of those days where you just get it into your head you need to organize, and I've been totally inspired by the beautiful Missy over at Missy Made This, who shared with some of us last night a photo of her gorgeous organized cupboard. And I thought, oh my gosh, I want to do that. Um, so I've done it, but I've created absolutely bedlam. So much, so much that just before I filmed, I couldn't find the projects that I was working on. I had myself absolutely trapped in, well, I'll show you. I had to cut myself out of this black bobbin that I use for my journaling. And, you know, that's precious cotton, but it just seemed to want to go round and round my feet. So I am giving myself some time out, and I'm choosing to spend it with you. I've got so many of my big projects on the boil, but I just wanted to literally just sit down, have some fun. And hopefully you can accompany me and I can give you some giggles, because the first one is my little needle book. I've been talking about losing my needle threader a lot. Well, now I put one of Mum's Jingle Bells on it. And last night when I was stitching, I didn't lose it once. So it's tucked in there for the moment, but just a little funny. It's almost like a bell on a cat, but that's giving me joy. I have worked on my, I'm going to call my gift bags different things. So this is my colourful gift bag with the drawstring done like that, and I've appliqued and I've got still some things to do. So I just want to get straight into some stitching because it will let me process what I've got to do next. So how are you? If you're in the southern hemisphere, we're on Saturday. Northern, I think you're about to be, you may be having sweet dreams right at this moment of the weekend ahead. I feel I've been this combination of at home. I have so much stuff. That's what I've realized. But I'm so lucky my husband just comes in and he goes, okay, that looks fantastic. And I go, honey, he goes, it just looks so creative. So isn't it beautiful? I'm blessed because I can't stand it myself, but I know it's going to be better. So this is a little bit of green on my colourful gift bag. I'm just going to put it in place, and then we're going to put some flowers on it right at the top. Now the bobble will probably come over, but I don't mind. I've also moved my camera, and the lazy part of me doesn't want to film a little bit and then get up and change it. So I'll just pop up now and just see. Yeah, it's a little bit higher because I'm trying to work out a way that I can just literally swing it from one side for stitching to the other side for my journaling. If it doesn't work, that's okay, but I'm going to give it a try because it feels very, if I'd had one of those experts in for organising, they probably would have told me to do that. So I know a few of you have been telling me that you're well into making gift bags and presents for Christmas. So that's very exciting. I feel myself just calming down. I think I was going fast because my husband's at golf, my son has gone to the city, and it's one of those moments where I'm hoping you relate. You can just think, I can do it all and no one will. You know, it's like one of those fast decorating things. You make the mess, you clean it up, and then it looks perfect. So did I finish my sentence about lots of projects? I think it is the time of the year where we've got lots and lots of things on, planning ahead. And in order to be, oh, there's a bobble, more efficient. And so I'm putting the, the time in this weekend. Let's do a little bit of seed stitch here. Welcome to my new subbies. And it's lovely to be back to be journaling and stitching and crocheting too. So there should be something for everybody in the next few weeks. I get to finish my Christmas journal tomorrow. I've been working away behind the scenes and having such a lovely time with Rachel's fabric from Roxy Creations. Just doing a little bit of filling in because there's not a lot of room for flowers up here. Here we go. So that's a little bit of progress. So in the end, I've stitched around the flower and the leaves, starting to work over that. I put a little patch of Rachel's fabric there that I'd like to thread paint. This side still needs work. Again, I think I'll embellish all these flowers. There's a space there for embroidery. I've started embroidering there. So that is the fun of that one. And oh, I was looking, what is, oh, so here I am in the nest. There's a baby nest. I always feel better with a nest. So this is the long lost pincushion that I started ages ago and haven't got back to. So I thought, seeing this is just literally random, what's that word? Lots of random things, I might do some. I've lost my happy hour cotton. So let's have a look at this set. I'll show this in the Happy Mail a little while ago. Little dose, like a reward. Don't open everything at once. How about that? This one is called Care Bear Dare Stare. It seems to match the oranges. And let's share the joy of opening it together. And in the blink of an eye, it will be Kate messing it up. But I've decided that I quite like choosing the colours, and then it doesn't get too tangled if you don't pull it too long. Like, don't follow that as advice, I'm just saying. That's me when I'm stitching. So it is very humid today. It started off cold. I had to make I helped my husband make a decision. Was it cold or trousers? Whether for golf, we went with trousers, but he may come home and say that was a bad call. Can you see me? Yes, sorry. Because I'm in this room with so much beautiful natural light, one of the things is I can't see the screen. So let's just get this piece sort of started. And I want to do, so this is all pinned. I want to do some French knots. That's because they make me feel better. So this is a little pincushion, like this one that you can probably see. Light as a feather, reversible. And one more. That's because I like things in fives. Okay, let's continue on our merry way. Little tiny I'm really enjoying being back with my colours. It's so funny that, I'm sorry I can't remember her name, but one of my very astute subbies said, Kate, you change, that, you know, you never stay with the same thing. And I said, well, I'm sorry, I haven't probably got up to replying. But that is true. It's like when I was working, I'd plan what I was wearing the next day to work. I've always admired people that could plan ahead, but it always went wrong for me because I'd have it hung up, and sometimes I'd force myself. I'd have my shower, get dressed, have breakfast, and then have to go and change. So it is true that you may never know what colour is going to come out, but this is making me happy now that the sun is shining. And I'll go in here because I'd like to start doing a little bit of work on this flower. So just starting to outline some of the darker pinks. Like that. Okay. Let's fill the needle up again. Let's see if we could do something interesting in here. So let's go to this end. Look at the beautiful colours on this little woolies. Coming in behind that doily, beautiful bold orange is coming out. So we join these bits. Might need another pin over here. I was thinking that you might be proud of me. I nearly made it through the week without going to an op shop. But today when I was coming home with some new containers, there was one that I don't go too often, and of course it was still open. And so I popped in and bought a few little bits, nothing particularly exciting. In fact, I'm trying to remember what I got. Oh, I did actually. There was a crochet tablecloth and napkins was probably the biggest purchase, and I thought it'd go beautifully inside some of my little vintage bags. All right, so let's get rid of that. And let's come up here. If I can pull it out. Okay, let's make some of our spokey round and round. Oh, look at that. Are they hopeless? I stitched to my jammies the other night. What about you? Have you ever done that? It was my first time. Pull this out. So we're going to do 5 spokes and make these a little wonky. And then down here, so we've got 5 spokes for the petals. Going to come up in the center. Now this is going to be truly soothing. Let's go under the spokes, over, under, over, under, over, under. I won't make you dizzy. Variegation's doing all the work for me, blending it with that green and into the blue and green over here. What am I up to? Over, under. So much. I love doing these ones. feel like I can just go now until the thread runs out. Oh, have I made a mistake? No? Over under. Over under. That's the hardest thing about them. Look at that. It's sort of, I hope you can see that. I'm not trying to stand up. Dog next door. Outside, the barbecues are starting in the neighbourhood. So there you are. Just that wool has blended in, and so it's going to match. So lots of stitching down, but I think, as I've said every time I make pincushions, for me they're just such a lovely little project to have always on the go, because you can achieve a lot in a short time. So with that, what have we done? We've done this little bag here. We've done some work on there. That's happy. Okay, which will we end with contrast, complete, or complementary? This is, no, see, I'm working on vintage, but it's not right for me, the Savi. Here is feed sack and this gift bag, which already has a thread in it. So why don't we do that? And then I'll have such a better feeling to go back to my tidying, because I'll feel I've achieved something. I've got to talk to you. I've sat down. So on this one, I'm using Christina's, who gave me this, I don't know what it was, but I'm using that as the blanket. So I can just stitch through the feed sack. And do quite obvious stitches. I haven't actually chosen any other bits to go. With this, I've got 2 pieces on. I rewarded myself this morning because it was, I mean, it has been a day, as we do get in the Highlands, of all seasons. It was quite chilly this morning, so I just had a lovely stitchy time before I got up and started demolition. So if I said I hadn't stitched, I apologised. It just seems a very long time ago. Just finish that and go into the seam. Okay. Have I got any little bits yet? Let's pull this nest over. Oh, there's my happy hour. That's right, I had this out. There's a nice little bit. Or, do you know, I just immediately thought of Beck at Sobe, but I have never put a strawberry on anything. Now Now I know it's red and we're staying pinks, but they're in that same sort of family. Actually like that. I think the strawberry with the dark green may be too far a step, but there's a lovely bit of that vintage. And that might be a good start. Look at this. I'm new to, but I would imagine that's called ribbon work. Have no idea how it's done, but I love that that's quite 3D. And could we end up with something like that? It's a bit different for Kate. It's already cut. I have no idea. Let's just audition. Little bits of something are falling off. Yeah, I think we'll limit ourselves to just the pink and the cream. Love the feel of that. Then I've got this little bit here. This is my Kansas pillowcase from my trip. My favourite thing to remember. So maybe it is a pink and green. Nice little bit of sari trim here in a hot pink. And I remember I cut a bit of this earlier. I ended up taking a lot of it off here. In fact, it's all gone, the little green bit. I've got a bit of that one that I found in orange. We'll have some yo-yos, but not those ones. Do you know, I think that might be enough. I do need to go back and keep working. I have my feed sack pouch beside me, but I'm running out of steam. So we're going to finish, because of course that will be embellished, with just, well, I want to say thank you so much for being with me and listening to the update on my crazy day, which is a wonderful day. See, I stand up and start to see things from a different perspective. Who knows? I'll just tuck that there as a thought. So that's pink gift bag. This is colourful pincushion. Oh, I was going to say, what's that doing there? That lives. That's quite pretty, everyone. I don't want to cover up all of that, but let's, because the stories are flower, 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 and leading down. Pretty. Pincushion, and what was the other thing that we did? Oh, yeah, a little bit of florals there on this one. Okay, so let's tuck those into this nest so I don't lose them. What's that? Oh yeah, I wanted just to show that. I love those. Okay, this is Kate in the Nest. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back again in a flash before you know, with lots more things to do. Okay, have a wonderful day. Bye.